Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So in this video we are going to be reviewing Us, which is a very chilling sci-fi thriller horror film which stars award-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o and also has award-winning director Jordan Peele directing this film, and obviously we'll remember him from the equally awesome Get Out, which was absolutely wicked. It was one of those movies that you were just thinking about for a very long time after you've watched it. You wanted to watch it again to kind of see the hidden mysteries in it, and Us is honestly no different. It's a great film that kind of definitely earns a jaw-dropping finale and kind of makes you want to go back and watch it again, and similarly makes you think about it for a very long time after you've watched it. So this is an awesome film. There's loads of twists and turns, and yeah, just really compelling, edge of your seat type watching. There are some moments where you are going to be looking at your watch because you do just have to kind of get through it. So I would say just kind of stick with it, because there are some scenes that are a little bit boring and just kind of, you know, not as gripping as other parts of the movie are. But like I said before, it does earn a wicked finale, so I would say stick with it. And yeah, overall this film is really good, and I'm going to break it down in this movie review. So as far as the storyline goes, there is a big mystery in a similar way to Get Out that's happening in Us that you kind of have to piece together throughout the film. And like I said, there's loads of twists and turns involved, and it definitely does warrant a second watching after you've watched it the first time. But yeah, as far as this movie goes, they have a similar device/technique that they use in this film, very similar to what they've done in Bird Box, in the sense that there is a storyline going on in the past as well as in the present that you're kind of watching concurrently and kind of piecing together to kind of try to solve this big mystery. And kind of without giving too many spoilers away, the main premise of the film is that there is a character called Adeline, played by Lupita Nyong'o, that is going to a beach/fun fair with her family just to kind of enjoy themselves and to have a vacation. And when they're over there, they start to get terrorized by a doppelganger family that kind of look identical to them. And it's kind of like a cat and mouse style movie, whereby the family that went on vacation are kind of being terrorized and kind of hunted by this doppelganger family that look identical to them. And throughout the film you're kind of understanding more about the doppelganger's backstory, about why they're doing what they're doing, and yeah, like I said, trying to piece together this mystery. There are some moments, because of storytelling, that do take a bit longer to kind of get through. Some of those scenes are just worth just kind of watching through, because they do kind of build up this massive crescendo of a finale. So I know there are a couple of comments flying around that, you know, this movie at points is really boring, but I would say that, yeah, just try to get through some of those scenes that are there to explain what's happening, because they do build up and make sense when you watch this freaking awesome finale scene. So yeah, I would just say get through them, which you will be thinking about for days and weeks and months. The characters and the actors in this movie honestly are just absolutely awesome. Let's talk about those two things individually. So from an acting point of view, this film is just absolutely phenomenal. The fact that this group of actors can play, you know, these terrified group of characters whilst also concurrently playing the kind of menacing, crazy doppelganger side of the same characters is just absolutely awesome. The acting is just honestly wicked. And then from a character's point of view, there's just so much depth, so many layers, and just so much history and backstory, both from the character's point of view as well as from the doppelganger's point of view. So yeah, from a character and actor's point of view, this movie is really cool. Yeah, you're kind of rooting for these characters that you're kind of getting to know throughout the film, and there's just such rich dialogue and history and just storyline potential over here. So from an acting and character's point of view, this film is wicked. From a visuals point of view, this movie is really good. All of the camera angles, the musical score, both of those things add a lot of intensity to certain situations. The locations in which these characters are in are really cool as well, and you can really feel their seriousness and desperation in the, you know, situations that they find themselves in. So the visuals definitely add and heighten the emotions that you're feeling while watching all these characters on screen. So yeah, so from a visuals point of view, this movie is wicked. As far as comparisons go, this is definitely not your average slasher type film. You can't really compare it to, you know, Scream or anything like that, because it's more of a psychological thriller than a typical slasher thriller film. So it's more on the kind of psychological storytelling side of things. In terms of comparisons to another Jordan Peele movie, it definitely has the same blueprint as Get Out in terms of having a mystery, in terms of making you watch it again, something eerie kind of going on behind the scenes. So from that point of view, it's really, really good. I would, out of the two of them, they are both very, very, very good movies. And you know, typically when you watch a film, you kind of think about it for a few days and then you kind of, you know, get on with your day. But with the Jordan Peele movies, Get Out and Us, you're just thinking about it for such a long time that it definitely does stay with you, and you can't just kind of, you know, thinking about the characters and the situations that kind of happen and the twists and turns and all of that kind of stuff. Out of the two of them, like I said, they are both very, very, very good. I did kind of slightly prefer Get Out, just personally because I was really fascinated by the kind of hypnosis side of things that, you know, those characters kind of experienced. But yeah, Us is equally really, really good, and I would recommend watching it from kind of like a slasher psychological thriller point of view. Overall, I really, really enjoyed Us. It had a fantastic storyline, the acting was phenomenal, the visuals were great, the musical score was great, and just the fact that it was another Jordan Peele psychological thriller film was just absolutely awesome. I loved Get Out, I thought it was a great film, and Us is a really nice kind of follow-up, not in terms of a sequel, but just kind of another follow-up in terms of what this director's vision is of what the horror industry should be looking like. It's really, really cool. The twists and turns are really, really great. And it's one of those films that you are going to be thinking about for a very long time, and that you're going to be researching on YouTube and on Google in terms of Us ending explained, what was going on here, what was the twists and turns about, what was the ending about. All of these kind of really interesting, intriguing topics are going to be on your mind with this film. And yeah, like I said, you are going to be talking about it and thinking about it for a very long time. I personally really, really enjoyed this film, and you know, the fact that you kind of find out more about the doppelganger's backstory will mean that your jaw will literally be on the floor, because it's so intriguing and it's so fascinating. And for all of those reasons, I have to give this film a solid 7 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.